iOS 13 was just released to coincide with the launch of the new iPhone 11, and the great news is for those of us with older phones, dating all the way back to the iPhone 6, can take advantage of the many updates and improvements in this year's version of Apple's mobile operating system. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the main updates and changes, some of them quite basic and incremental, and others completely new features that will help you get so much more out of your iPhone. Before we get onto the demonstration, if you are upgrading, make sure that you have at least 2.2 to 3 gigabytes of storage available on your phone. If not, you can offload some images and videos or apps before you begin the update process. To update, tap on the settings icon on your phone and scroll down to the General tab. The second menu item down is Software Update. Click on this and check your current version of iOS. If you're not already on the latest version, which is 13.1 now, tap on the update button and download and install the new version on your phone. So once you've done that, you're ready to go. There are literally hundreds of features and changes and enhancements, but today I'm going to show you what I think are the top 10 features that you really need to know about. Let's go ahead and take a look. The first one is dark mode. This is perfect for low light environments and is easier on your eyes. The other benefit of dark mode is that it won't disturb people around you. So if you're one of those late night social media or YouTube addicts using your phone in bed, your partner is going to be the one to benefit from this new highly sought after feature. To activate it, go into settings, display and brightness, and choose between light and dark, or if you select automatic, it will turn on at night when you need it the most. By the way, if you want to add a light mode, dark mode toggle to your control center the way I have, which you can access very easily via a swipe from the top right hand corner, go into your settings, control center, and tap on customize controls. Scroll down, find the dark mode option and tap on it to add it to your list to be included in your control center icons. iOS 13 includes new wallpapers optimized for dark mode, and that can automatically change as you switch between light and dark modes. To access your wallpapers and lock screen images, go to settings, scroll down and tap on wallpapers. Then tap on the choose new wallpaper option. At the top, you can choose dynamic wallpapers, which are animated, or still, which is where you'll find the new iOS 13 wallpapers. And the first four, which you'll notice include a dark mode icon on the bottom right, are the ones that automatically change depending on your dark mode setting. At number 3, the next feature we're going to look at is perhaps one of the biggest changes you'll find in OS 13, and that's the completely redesigned Photos app. This is where you go to find your photo archives and also edit individual photos. If you tap on the icons at the bottom, you can change the way you view your images. The first option shows a thumbnail view of your photos that can be categorized by years, months, days, and all photos. This is a big improvement on last year's layout. I like the way it groups together your shots and puts a highlighted image amongst smaller thumbnails. It also groups your photos into memories and featured photos. Albums and search is where you can go in and search for, organize, and delete your photos and videos. The biggest change in the Photos app, however, is in the editing mode. The interface design is so much more intuitive and easy to use. To be honest, it kind of reminds me of the approach taken by Instagram and some other popular editing apps. To edit a photo, tap on any of your photos in your camera roll and tap on the edit on the top right-hand corner. You'll notice some circular icons under the main image. Tap on Auto to let the AI, being the artificial intelligence, pick the best settings for you. The next one lets you manually adjust your exposure, then brilliance, highlights, shadows, contrast, brightness, and so on. Most of these options were there in the previous iOS 12, but they've been brought up front and are so much easier to access and control with the icons arranged under the image and the slider control directly underneath. If you then go and tap on the next icon along in the sub-menu, you can apply a range of creative filters over your images. Once again, very similar to the way Instagram handles editing. The next option is the crop tool, which has been improved significantly over the previous version. At the top, you can flip an image horizontally, rotate or select a crop format. You can stick with the original, change it to square, 9:16, 8:10, 5:7, 3:4, 3:5, and 2:3. Just above, an option to go from portrait to horizontal crop in each of these crops. Very easy way to crop your image for specific purposes, be it print or digital applications. Then at the bottom, some manual controls. Tilt vertically, which is great for architectural photography, allowing you to straighten out those lines when looking up at a building. And horizontal tilt, again used to help you straighten out lines. At number 4 is the new way that you can edit your videos directly within iOS 13. All of these great editing features that I had mentioned in the previous section are now available to use on your video. A great addition, as in the past, you needed to use an app to perform any significant edit to your video. To enter video editing mode, find your video in the Photos library, tap on it, and then tap on the edit menu item on the top right. The first option lets you trim your video by selecting the in and out points. Next along is the image editing icon, which is arranged in a very similar fashion to the way we saw in the photos editing mode in the previous section. All the options that you saw in the previous section are there, including auto exposure, adjustment, highlights, shadows, contrast, brightness, black point, saturation, vibrance. There's even a sharpness option, definition, and a vignette. So now you're going to be able to get much better looking video than ever before from directly within iOS. Those Instagram filters are also available with the next option. And once again, all the crop tools are there, allowing you to flip and rotate your videos. The crop formats that we mentioned earlier, rotate, tilt, and shift. And of course, you can pinch to zoom in and out of your video. At number 5, Apple's included Shortcuts app takes a major step forward with the addition of automation triggers, features that let you control your iPhone, iPad, and HomeKit setup like never before. In order to set these up, simply go to the automation section within the Shortcuts app and then create a personal automation. Then you can select from a number of options, including time of day, or in this case, arrive, which means it will detect when I arrive at a particular location. Then once I arrive at my location, I can trigger an action to occur automatically upon arrival. At number 6, Find My iPhone and Find My Friends are now combined in a single, easy-to-use app to help you locate the people and devices that are important to you. You can now locate a missing device even if it's not connected to Wi-Fi or a mobile network using crowdsourced locations. When you mark your device as missing and another Apple user's device is nearby, it can detect your device's Bluetooth signal and report its location to you. It's completely anonymous and encrypted end-to-end, so everyone's privacy is protected. At number 7, with the release of Apple Arcade, which is a new streaming service that you can sign up for $4.99 per month, you get access to around 100 titles at launch. There is a free 1-month trial if you want to check it out. However, that isn't what impresses me about iOS 13 in relation to gaming. One really sought after feature, whether you sign up to Arcade or if you have a collection of iOS games from the past, is the ability to connect your PS4 or Xbox One controller to the iPhone. In order to do it, simply tap on your controller's connect button. For the Xbox controller that I'm showing you today, it's on the top. Then you go into the settings on your iPhone, tap on Bluetooth, and in a few seconds, you should see the Xbox controller appear in the list of nearby Bluetooth devices. Tap to select, and that's it. You're now ready to play supported games with your Xbox or PlayStation controller. At number 8, if you're sick and tired of those annoying telemarketers, then iOS 13 has included a new Silence Unknown Callers feature, protecting you from unknown and spam callers. When the setting is turned on, iOS uses Siri intelligence to allow calls from numbers in contacts, mail, and messages to ring your phone. All other calls are automatically sent to voicemail. Carrier verified calls. A tick is displayed next to calls in the recents list where they are verified by the carrier, so you can be sure that a calling number is accurate and has not been spoofed. It supports the STIR and Shaken standards. At number 9, with the release of iOS 13, you can now use Sign In with Apple on a range of websites to log in with ease. When you see a Sign In with Apple button on a participating Apple website, it means you can set up an account and sign in with your Apple ID instead of using a social media account like Facebook or Google, or filling out forms and choosing yet another password. Just tap the Sign In with Apple button, review your information, and quickly sign in securely with Face ID, Touch ID, or your device passcode. To activate this feature, go to Settings, enter the Apple ID that you want to use with iCloud, and you'll be ready to go. And the final feature I wanted to mention today was Quick Path, which is a feature that finally gives you a native version of the swipe keyboards that have been popular on Android devices for almost a decade. You could previously use such keyboards on iOS if you installed a third-party keyboard, such as Gboard or SwiftKey, or the discontinued Swipe app, but now you no longer have to deal with the occasional hassle of switching keyboards. The idea behind a swipe keyboard is that instead of typing out words with an individual tap for each letter, you hold down your finger and slide over each letter. Also, once you've got the hang of the Quick Path keyboard, there are a range of new gestures for cut, copy, paste, undo, and redo. The new Quick Path feature is on by default when you upgrade to iOS 13, so you don't need to do anything to activate it. However, if you find it's getting in the way of your experience, you can turn it off by going into Settings, General, and Keyboard. Then towards the bottom, you'll see an option to slide and turn type off. Originally, I was going to keep my list to just 10, but I thought I would throw this last one in as a bonus. With iOS 13, Apple has updated its Maps game by adding new features and tweaking the overall look. The one thing I wanted to highlight today was the ability to share your ETA with any contact in your phone, keeping them up to date on your exact ETA. ETA, of course, being estimated time of arrival. When Apple Maps sends a message, it will read something similar to this. I started sharing my ETA with you in Apple Maps, arriving at Collins Street, Melbourne at around 9:44 a.m. I'll let you know if I'm running late. Indeed, if you get slowed down by traffic or take a detour, Apple Maps will send another message letting the person know you're running behind and provide a new estimated time of arrival. This is a great way to keep your contacts up to date without having to worry about it. And of course, the best thing about this level of automation is that you get to keep your hands on the wheel and continue to focus on your driving. There's also a look around feature that is like Google Street View, but at this stage, it's only available in San Francisco, and Apple haven't announced when other cities will be added. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration on my top 10 features of iOS 13. As I mentioned earlier on in the presentation, there are literally hundreds of enhancements and changes in iOS 13. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and download it, check out the features, and if there are any that you thought I missed out on in this presentation that we really need to know about, feel free to share with our channel subscribers in the comments box below. Thanks again. See you on the next one. Bye for now.